Hi, this is African Time. The name is Vidashi Studios. Well, to my sons or to my South Africans, there's something from business tech to you guys that I want you guys to see. Well, see what's happening in South Africa. Alright, so recently the business tech came in and says the government wants to establish a R100 billion fund to exclusively assist black businesses, and the private sector must pay for it. Okay, so this is something that is actually happening in South Africa that was shared by the business tech, saying that the South African government is planning to allocate about 100 billion rand to black businesses exclusively for them, and then it is said to, or is believed to be, that private companies are to be paid for this. Wait, what is happening in South Africa? Well, see this. Well, someone came commenting and says, do these understand the economic impact? Clearly not. So to be a law that firms pay 3% of income after tax to this fund and receive no benefit themselves. Not to mention that it is grossly racist to exclude businesses based on race. That is so true. It also says, in short, they'll be taking funds away from shareholders, impact profitability or profitably, impact share values, and discourage further investment in SA. So businesses will have to react. What do they do? Reduce costs, reduce employees? Nice. Okay, so let's come down here. Man is actually trying to showcase some most important points here, saying that how are they actually going to do this for businesses to share 3% of their profit for this fund. And he's saying that one point is that actually is racist. Secondly, it had no benefit for the company or the business people that are actually sharing their profit, that 3% of their profit. And lastly, he's saying that how are the businesses supposed to curb for this? That they will actually either reduce their cost of production or reduce their employees. Nice. Okay, well, South Africans, I know there's most of you guys who actually think like this, but let's calm down and let's actually check about the article and see what is actually happening between this fund and what is actually said about this. Okay, let's go. All right, so the business tech came and says plans to expropriate 3% of private company profits for new rand 100 billion fund. All right, so it says the South African government plans to establish our 100 billion transformation fund to foster economic transformation by supporting black owned businesses and small, medium and micro enterprises, that's SMMEs. So it says these initiatives outlined by the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, PAX 2, in a recent parliamentary Q&A, will be financed through private sector contribution in alignment with broad-based black economic empowerment, that is BBEE, regulations and other mechanisms under the Competition Act. Okay, so that is actually was said by the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, PAX 2, saying that the South African government is actually planning to invest around 100 billion fund to black businesses, to medium, small scale business and micro enterprises. That is it. And he's saying that this is actually going to be under the broad-based black economy empowerment. So that the acts and then the mechanism regulations about that is where the fund is actually going to be regulated from. Okay, so that is what he's saying. Let's continue. All right, so he says the announcement has sparked significant debate. The government cites its potential to address economic inequality, while critics warn of its diverse effects on investment and economic growth. According to the minister Tao, the fund will draw on various streams of private sector financing, the enterprise and supply development, that is ESD. Elements of the BBBE Codes of Good Practices mandates companies to allocate 3% of their annual net profits after tax developing black-owned suppliers. Whoa, South Africa, so you guys have a problem here. Well, they are saying that, according to the minister, he's saying that under Enterprise and Supply Development, that is an organization or another regulation body under the BBEs, is saying that every company is mandated to their annual profits to allocate 3% of their annual profit to support black businesses. What actually leads to this conversation in South Africa, though? Why? What's this? Like, what actually leads to this? What are the blacks actually having wrong? Where do you have where are they actually being deficient to that you guys need to? I don't have a problem with the government empowering small scale businesses and micro businesses, but why exactly towards the black community though? Why? That's the point here. What have you guys not been doing right for the black community that you guys believe that you need to allocate these funds to only them to help them? What about the other races? It doesn't sit well with me though. Let's continue. So it also says that these contributions will now be channeled into the transformation fund to ensure broader and more impactful economic transformation. Additionally, multinational corporations operating in South Africa will be required to make cash contribution equivalent to 25% of the value of their local operations if they choose not to comply with ownership provision under the Equity Equivalent Investment Program. Bro. They're also saying that it also goes in hand to other companies or other multinational companies that are actually not South African people, but they are also locally operating in their country. They're saying that if you forfeit this, you are expected or you are mandated to be spending about 25% of your value to the local operator. That is Equity Equivalent Investment Program. Yeah, you're meant to lose 25% of your products to this if you forfeit to do the 3% of your yearly profit to this black-owned business or black-owned fund they're actually creating here. That is impressive. That's crazy though. Well, this one also says another key source of funding will come from public interest commitment linked to mergers and acquisitions. Under Section 18(1) of the Competition Act, the minister can intervene in merger proceedings to address public interest concerns, including requirement for financial commitment toward transformation, employment preservation, and inclusivity. Wow, that's a lot of crazy laws though. That's really crazy. Well, lastly, they also came and says these interventions will provide additional contributions to the transformation fund. The fund's primary purpose is to enhance economic participation among historically disadvantaged groups, including Black South Africans, women, youth, people with disabilities, and those living in rural and township areas. By addressing financial barriers, the fund seeks to empower Black-owned businesses and SMMEs to enter the drive in the mainstream economy. Well, that is what is from the South African Minister of Trade and Industries, Mr. Park Tew. Okay, man is saying that they are actually planning to bring in a fund that is to contribute about 100 billion to the fund, and that's the main purpose of it is to actually enhance black businesses. And also they are saying that it's not only for they say the black are actually a disadvantaged group of people in the South African population wise. Okay, they are saying that to the African women or the Black Africans, the women, the youth, the people with disabilities, and also those living in rural and township areas, that is actually how they are going to actually help them and then transform their businesses and their lives. But the question still stands though: what made the ministers or the government thinks that the black are in a minority, or they are actually being in a disadvantage? What have they been doing for the past 30 years after the apartheid? That's the main question here. How have they been trying to enhance black business, or to improve, to bring courage, and to actually make it fair and free and fair for the almost all races in the South African government? How have they been partially, or how have they been contributing to the growth of development of the country? That should tell them something. Not now you guys are trying to do something here. The question is, how long have you guys been seeking this, and now this time you think you can do this? How? No, first of all, how are you guys actually going to share this money? How are you going to know these people deserve this money? How? But I would say it's not fair though. It's actually not fair. They should actually come up with a better way than that. They should actually make it some competition, like people with actually brilliant ideas or business plans need to be. Doesn't matter the race you are, as long as you have a business plan and a well managed, cultured person that you can actually hold your business, then you need these funds. But shouldn't never be about race. That I'm not going to support that one. I'm never going to support that one. Well, this one came and says they never get tired of looting. What they did with the 500 billion rand COVID is shocking to think about it. Okay, so that is it. It seems like some black South Africans actually don't agree with this. They are believing that they are into loots. Okay, the government, the ministers are actually trying to create another avenue for looting. Well, again, this one also says that is racist. Well, that's true though. Very, very racist. Again, this one also says, why doesn't government pay? Businesses already pay tax. We pay tax. What are they doing with the money? That is it. They are saying that why are the government doing this? Why should it be someone profits though? After paying taxes and all the things that accumulate to run your business, you have to pay 3% of your profit to this. And if you fulfill it, you are about to lose about 25% of your profit. That isn't crazy though. That is really crazy. Well, this one also says, we didn't even get COVID relief grants. What makes you think that this is for all of us? They have already got a list of comrades lined up for that bill. Okay, this is it. He believed that the COVID relief grant actually didn't reach the people. They didn't really reach the people. What makes you think that these 100 billion rand can actually make a difference here? They already have their selected people, and you know how African politics is. It's always friends and family though. If you are not part of it, you are not getting some. Well, hopefully this will not be like that, and South Africa government can actually come again and give us a different way of approach, and then we get to know how we can actually run things, because this is actually not doing well for the South African economy and the government also. It's not portraying the South African economy and culture well. I mean, support that the black people or the people needs help, but it shouldn't be racially motivated. It should be something different. They should actually have a different way to this, but it shouldn't be racially motivated. The name is Rashi. This is African Time. Thank you for your time, and I hope you actually share a comment and thought at the comment section, and let's discuss South Africa and Africa together. Okay, see you guys around.